But this time it's for why we're all gathered here today. To recognize these young people in uniform, making that commitment at a turbulent time in our country. It's my great pleasure and honor. When I think of Cadet Bliss, it's pretty simple to write this speech, pretty simple. Integrity, honor, selfless service. These are but a few words to describe Cadet Kyle Bliss. He's made the decision to serve, as I said, in a turbulent period in our history. Less than 1% of fellow citizens around you serve in this uniform. Less than a tenth of 1%, you've all seen the commercials, less than a tenth of 1% become an officer. Throughout mankind's history, civilization's history, how many wars, how many dynasties, you fill in the blank, who's had a chance in history to serve as an officer and lead their fellow citizen or men or women? And that's what these young people up here are about to do. He's currently the battalion commander of the Army's ROTC program. He runs about 85% of our program, and he lets me run about the other 15%. He's one of the top 3 cadets overall in my program. I've been there for 3 years now, and I'll tell you, out of 3 years, I've probably commissioned almost 70 officers in the 3 years I've been here. Without a doubt, he's in the top 5% of all the guys I've commissioned. Leadership is the name of the award, and I use that as my basis every year when I decide the one lucky and privileged recipient to get this award. He's been the commander of the Ranger Challenge Team, and for those of you that came through ROTC even back in 1990, and those before, it's a pretty physical adventure, challenge kind of race, a lot of standards, pretty tough, especially for a young college person, and it's leadership oriented. He was the commander of that. He went to Fort Lewis, Washington last summer for what we call LDAC, Leadership Development Assessment Training. He graduated that course with the highest rating you possibly get at Fort Lewis, Washington. He graduated top 5 in his platoon, which in and of itself is worth about 200 positions on the national OML if you're a top 5 graduate, and that's what Cadet Bliss was. Anything he's done, internal or external, evaluated by other people, evaluated by myself or my National Sergeant, he's been that guy. So I tell you, I'm extremely motivated to know what's behind me. I know what's behind General Collins, and those of you that graduate already retired. Man, the future's bright for us. The future's bright. Plenty of quality officers are going to take the Marines. So I couldn't be happier or more content when I hang it up, which they got to force me to hang it up. When I do hang it up, that those lieutenants, captains, and future generals are people like Cadet Bliss here. So with that, Cadet Bliss, the podium is yours.
Well, he sure does paint a pretty picture. So. All right. First off, I wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. And I would like to take just some time to thank a few people who have helped me down this important path in my life. First off, my parents. Right now, my mother is in the audience, and my father couldn't make it, but he's with us. They have always been a huge support system in my life. They have also been a strong moral compass. And then there's my brother. He has personally shown me that anyone can persevere under any circumstances and still come out mentally unscathed. Then there's my high school football coach, Coach Kennedy. I can tell you right now that there is no other man in this world that I feared more, but also respected. He successfully turned me, which was a child, he turned me into a young man who learned the importance of hard work, discipline, and integrity. Basically, he formed a formless chunk of metal into a large blunt axe. My latest mentor, Lieutenant Colonel Cardone, certainly not my last. He taught me the importance of respect, honor, and personal courage. He has shown me that you don't have to make heads roll just to get results. It takes a certain finesse to get the masses to follow you. So essentially, he has turned that large blunt axe into a fine-tuned surgical instrument. As you can see, I've had many influences in my life to help guide me down the right path. This brings me to one word, the one word that makes the world go round, the single idea that can make a human do things that seem inhuman. to accomplish impossible goals, to do the unthinkable. This word is brotherhood. Brotherhood has changed history, altered a country's borders, and made freedom possible. Without my brothers helping me and guiding me, I would not be the man I am today. So please, help me thank these fine people with a round of applause.
This is the GV Sonny Montgomery Leadership Award, presented to Army ROTC Kyle Bliss by the GV Sonny Montgomery Foundation for Outstanding Leadership Performance.
Good afternoon, Major.